Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. So no, first off, we're not going through this letter again. You guys have probably seen this 100 times because I know I have. So I've been trying to put this out of my mind and just ignore the fact that all this stuff's going on and basically crossing my fingers waiting for April 14th and just hoping that everything goes well and we'll actually still be able to play this game soon. However, anytime I try to play a different game, such as the one you're seeing in the background, Skyrim, I'm constantly reminded of all the kind of BS stuff that was put in this DMCA strike. I mean, they even included the bricks being part of their environment that they created that had to have been stolen. So I'm just going to quickly go through a couple of examples where I was playing Skyrim and realized just how ridiculous it is to try to lay claim to generalized ideas or atmospheres within a fantasy genre. Quite frankly, it's just plain ridiculous, and it frustrates me the fact that I'm sitting here crossing my fingers hoping all this stuff goes well, and then I read that document and all it says is kind of silly stuff like torches and the dark rooms are something that we created and they stole from us. So we're going to use Skyrim as kind of an example just to show how ridiculous all this stuff can get. Skyrim was meant to be a distraction from Dark and Darker, however, it just made me think about it more. One of their descriptions for stolen ideas includes FPS/RPG elements. So, as we all know, Skyrim is an RPG and has FPS elements. Moving on, we have an even more ridiculous scenario where you pretty much step into the first dungeon and you're surrounded by brick walls and dark rooms. So, I guess that should be just thrown right into the DMCA pile as well. Not to mention 90% of your Skyrim playthrough, when you spend time in the dungeons, you're actually looking for loot or money or gear. Most side little dungeons are simply there for that reason, to provide you with items, exactly what they claim is unique about Project P3, including interacting with the environment. In this dungeon, you happen to fight monsters as well, using bows or whatever, and yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that the lighting plays a key role in making this a somewhat spooky, scary environment that only Nexon can create, I guess. Like, for example, if you even jump into the first dungeon that is just after the tutorial, essentially, you're faced with torches hanging from walls that you can manipulate, you can put away, you can use in your second hand to light up spaces, and you can actually hit people with them too. However, that is supposed to be a Project P3 only idea. You can also find yourself running into traps, which is another idea that apparently they created. So look, I just find it truly incredible that all this stuff can go onto a legal document as proof that it's their game. Like, it just blows my mind that this stuff kind of happens. Now on to the other thing that they said were stolen, which was the 2D models for certain characters or classes. I mean, right here we have Barbarian class, which looks pretty generic to me. Rogues, healers, knights, you name it, mage, which is another word for wizard. You don't have to go very far to find your first example of this in Skyrim as well, when you actually activate your first stone, where one's the thief, one's the mage, and one is the warrior. The warrior to me looks almost identical to a fighter class, and the thief looks identical to a rogue, and the wizard looks like a damn wizard. So DMCA strike that, Nexon. Truthfully, I'm not a lawyer, so I have no idea, but this stuff all seems a little crazy to me. I feel like it's just a witch hunt after one employee who they're upset with. So in saying all this, I'll just keep it short. Essentially, I'm frustrated because if this game gets delayed, there's not much else out there that I'm really enjoying nearly as much. And if it gets delayed because they've somehow argued that torches are their own, Nexon's own creation, then by God, there's something wrong with gaming and the world we live in with DMCA strikes. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll get back to some more Dark and Dark content soon. Right now, I'm just kind of taking a breather because essentially the audience's focus has shifted entirely onto upcoming playtest changes, all the drama with Nexon, and less people each day want to see actual Dark and Darker playtest 4 content. It's becoming old news, unfortunately, and until we get another playtest, that's pretty much what's going to happen. And I do have a video or a couple more planned, some highlights and some 3v1s and stuff that I haven't showed you guys, so we'll get to those when the time comes. So I guess for now we'll just continue this excruciating process of sitting and waiting and hoping for good news to be announced via the Discord. So, thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all. Have a lovely day. Cheers.